So the biggest crypto exchange in the world, Binance, just urged many of its European users to move their crypto off the exchange into their own self-hosted wallets, and it's all because of a new European crypto regulation that's about to take effect on July 1st.
Now, MiCA, this isn't just regulation. It's the first time that a major region is putting digital assets into a single kind of operating system that works for banks, custodians, and then, ultimately to the users and holders of those assets. And this makes Europe a live test case for how institutional crypto can actually function at scale.
And even though this mainly affects European users for now, it serves as an important reminder why crypto exchanges were never intended to be a place to hold your crypto. And as more countries introduce crypto regulations, we should expect to see more things like this happen, or potentially even worse, and we need to prepare accordingly. So to understand why Binance is telling some of their users to move their crypto off the exchange into their own wallets, we first have to look at Europe's new crypto regulation called Markets in Crypto Assets Regulation, or MiCA for short. MiCA is basically Europe's new crypto rulebook. It requires crypto companies to get a license before they can legally operate. Similar to how banks need regulatory approval, crypto exchanges like Binance now need a MiCA license to serve customers across the European Union. And once approved, that single license allows them to operate in all 27 EU member states. Now, before MiCA, many crypto companies were able to operate with far less oversight, leading to scams, fraud, and billions of dollars in customer losses. So the goal of MiCA is to make crypto companies in Europe more transparent, better protect the consumers, and enforce stricter rules against fraud and market manipulation. And don't get me wrong, I'm all for transparency and safer platforms, but some European crypto users are now starting to face the consequences of this new regulation. Out of the roughly 1,200 crypto companies that were previously operating in the European Union, only 200 of them have successfully obtained this new MiCA license. The other 1,000 companies either haven't applied yet, are still waiting for their approval, or have completely exited the EU market. Without this MiCA license, exchanges are forced to restrict core services like buying, selling, and trading crypto. In other words, if they don't have this license, the crypto exchange becomes a lot less useful. So what does this have to do with Binance, and why are they telling their users to move their crypto off of the exchange into their own wallets? Well, Binance withdrew its MiCA application in Greece to pursue the application in another EU state for various reasons. As a result, Binance is currently unable to onboard new users, and they have to stop providing many other services come July 1st, like buying, selling, trading, pretty much everything except for withdrawals, until it secures a new license. Because of this, Binance is telling their users to move their crypto off of the exchange into their own self-custodial wallet, where they can actually access their crypto and do things with it. Binance also said that users' funds will remain on the platform if they don't choose to withdraw it, but they just won't have any options or access to any features that Binance would usually offer. So their crypto is really just stuck unless they choose to withdraw it. What's interesting though is that many of the other popular crypto exchanges like Coinbase, Kraken, and OKX have already got this license and are continuing to operate in these parts of the world. But when the largest crypto exchange in the world, with roughly 35% of the global market, has to tell customers to move their crypto because of regulation, that should be a wake-up call for everyone, not just for people living in Europe. Now, I'm sure this whole thing will eventually blow over, people will forget about it, and they'll go back to storing their crypto on exchanges just like they did after the collapse of FTX, Celsius, and BlockFi. But if you actually care about owning your crypto and being in control of it, you should take this as your warning. As the crypto industry continues adapting to more regulations around the world, I would expect to see more situations where crypto exchanges pause services, restrict services, or completely exit markets altogether. And notice how the truth only comes out when situations like this occur. Binance's CEO literally laughed at the thought of most people using self-custody. Now his company is sending users emails telling them to take control of their own keys, highlighting the importance of using a self-custodial cold wallet. And if this isn't the eye-opening message that you've been waiting for to make that move of getting your crypto off the exchange, then maybe it'll just take something a whole lot worse than FTX, worse than Celsius, BlockFi. Maybe it'll take something worse till you finally take action. Hopefully not. Because every time something like this happens, it's the users who are impacted the most. And even then, many people still end up storing their crypto on exchanges. Just look at FTX. Before it collapsed, users didn't receive some formal letter saying, hey, get your crypto off the exchange. Their formal letter was, oh crap, I can't withdraw my crypto, and then losing access to all their funds and maybe getting some of it back years later. That was their formal letter. Now, fortunately, this isn't the case with Binance right now, but it really goes to show if your crypto is sitting on an exchange, you don't actually control it. Binance admits it, and so do other popular cryptocurrency exchanges like Kraken, who literally says on their website, cryptocurrency exchanges do not qualify for deposit insurance programs because exchanges are not savings institutions. Exchanges are not even meant to be cryptocurrency wallets. Yet many crypto exchanges like Coinbase continue to incentivize users because that's how they make a large chunk of their money. Coinbase makes billions of dollars per year from users simply holding USDC on their platform. So of course they're going to tell you that it's safe and beneficial to you. But what they don't highlight is you don't actually fully control your crypto. At any moment, they can freeze your funds, lock your account, or even close your account, which is exactly what happened to one of our subscribers who lost $25,000 on Coinbase. And this isn't just happening in certain parts of the world, it's happening worldwide. I've said it once and I'll continue shouting it to the masses. The only way to truly own and control your crypto is to own the keys to your crypto. When your crypto is on an exchange, they hold the keys to your crypto. Therefore, they control your crypto. That's why they can pause services at any moment. But when you send your crypto to your own self-custodial cold wallet, you are the one that's in full control. That means no one can freeze your funds, lock your wallet, or close it because self-custodial wallets are decentralized and there's no one person or entity that controls it. The key holder is the one who fully controls the assets in that wallet. Without the key, you can't do anything to that crypto. And let's be real, we're not stopping these crypto regulations from happening. But just because more regulations are coming doesn't mean you have to sacrifice ownership and control of your crypto just to benefit from an overall safer market that these regulations could provide. It does, however, mean you could be negatively affected if you don't take the right steps now to prepare for the regulations to come, which could result in exchanges leaving certain markets and users being impacted as a result. So what steps can we take now to set ourselves up for long-term success and avoid the negative consequences that some of these crypto regulations might have? Well, the one thing that I've been doing for the past 6 years that has allowed me to avoid some of crypto's greatest downfalls like FTX, Celsius, and BlockFi, just to name a few, is storing your crypto in your own self-custodial wallet. Let's break this down into 3 steps that you can literally start and implement today. So step number 1 is to get a self-custodial cold wallet, or if you already have one that you bought a year ago when you still haven't set it up, yes, I'm talking to you, get that thing set up. Nothing bad is going to come from simply setting up a cold wallet. That is step number 1. Now, there are dozens of wallets to choose from, but pretty much all of them are better than leaving your crypto on an exchange. However, if this is your first self-custodial cold wallet, I'd recommend getting one that's easy to use and that you'll actually enjoy using for years to come. For me, that would be Tangem. I'll leave a discounted link to this wallet down in the description if you want to check it out. So step number 2, once you have your cold wallet and you actually set it up, is to send your crypto from whatever exchange is currently sitting on to the cold wallet, and this will put the control and ownership back in your hands so that you won't be directly affected by something that happens to exchanges, whether that's through regulations or something as simple as their servers overheating, like what happened recently with Coinbase, and then users weren't able to access their crypto. Those are the kinds of things you want to avoid. Now, if you don't know how to set up a cold wallet or transfer crypto to one, I also left my Tangem wallet user guide down in the description that shows you how to set it up and send crypto from the exchange to your wallet. So literally everything you need to self-custody your crypto and take full ownership of it is down in the description of this video. And step number 3, which is arguably the most important step, is to sit back, relax, and enjoy watching the crypto market mature, knowing your crypto is safe and sound in your cold wallet. The only other thing I would highly recommend doing is learning how to secure your crypto wallet from all the hacks and scams by watching my full crypto wallet security guide in this next video. I'll meet you over there. God bless and peace out.